Hi, I'm John Schreiber. For over 19 seasons, the New Jersey Performing Arts Center has been the state's premier home to both world-class and community-centered performances. We pride ourselves on presenting something for everyone. That is why we are very proud to partner with the CAUCUS Educational Corporation to produce One-on-One at NJPAC with Steve Adubato. This groundbreaking series features some of the very best talent New Jersey has produced. We're pleased to welcome them and you to the Arts Center.
Funding for this edition of One-on-One with Steve Adubato at NJPAC has been provided by TD Bank, Cohn Resnick, Accounting, Tax, and Advisory, where forward thinking creates results. The law firm of GIBBONS, PC, Barnabas Health Life is Better Healthy, the Fidelco Group, the North Ward Center, and by the New Jersey Education Association.
This is One-on-One.
When you first heard that they were doing Charlie Rose and Gayle King, didn't you go, what?
People like laughing at others, so I don't mind if the other is me.
See, you go right into the character. That's what it is.
I'm bringing families together a half an hour each week. Man, I'm doing something special.
And so I do feel successful.
We are pleased to be joined by Freddy Cole, jazz pianist, vocalist, composer, arranger. He's going to be performing for us today. By the way, you grew up in an artistic family?
Yes, everyone in my family played piano.
In Chicago?
In Chicago.
Now, your brother play a little music? Nat King Cole?
Yeah, he did play. And
was he pretty good?
My older brother's name was Eddie Cole. He played piano, but his original instrument was bass.
Yeah.
And he played the fiddle, and then he played piano, a lot of piano.
And Nat was 12 years older than you?
Yeah.
How much of an influence was Nat King Cole on you?
Oh, as much as it was on anyone else during that time. He was the thing. He was the one.
He was the one.
You know, and everybody liked him.
You started playing at, what, 5, 6?
Somewhere in there.
What were you doing?
Banging.
Banging. And just loving it?
Oh, yeah. But my main thing was in sports. And it still is, you know. And,
what's your favorite sport?
Football, baseball, basketball, you name it. I like soccer, yeah.
Chicago, a big sports city.
Yeah, they're getting beat pretty bad this week.
Okay, all right, we're doing this, all right, in the fall of 2015. Let's just say the Cubs are not handling the Mets very well. We don't know what's going to happen, but I don't want to do that. By the way, you mind if I plug this?
No, I don't mind at all.
Freddie's latest CD, Singing the Blues. By the way, how young are you?
I turned 84 October 15.
84. You have any intention of slowing down at all?
Not if I can help it. I slowed down, you know, but I'm not going to quit.
Where'd you just come back from?
I was over in Japan. I came back for 2 weeks and went right over to London.
Why? Why do you travel so much?
Doing shows.
Doing shows. Being busy.
Doing what I do.
The greatest influences on you. My sources tell me Sinatra an influence on you?
Of course, everybody was influenced by Frank. But Billy Eckstine was one of my favorite people.
Billy Eckstine?
Yeah.
Why?
He was just so much class, great musician, sound of his voice, you know, it was just
By the way, you know, I
amazing.
hear your iPhone going. You know what that means? Somebody's trying to book you for another gig.
I hope so. Yeah.
Don't be. I'm not going to let you handle that gig right now, right on the air. You wait till the segment's over. By the way, in a little while, what are you going to be playing for us?
A song that just stays with me quite often. It's called "You're Easy to Remember."
You're easy to remember,
but so hard to forget.
You've been touring and playing in front of live audiences for many, many years.
Yeah.
Describe the difference between being in the studio, putting a CD together, an album together, and being in front of a live audience? Biggest difference?
Well, for one thing, it's not as cold.
What does that mean?
In studios, it's very cold.
Yeah, well, we have a cold studio.
I know.
Are you criticizing our studio here in Newark?
No, I wouldn't.
But you come from Chicago. You should be used to that.
No, we still don't work outside.
And you have a great sense of humor as well.
No, but the difference, it all depends upon the crowd that you're playing for. Sometimes we could have 800 people playing to, and you can really, with your material, you can make them feel as if they're in a crowded room.
How?
Just different ways, different selections of songs, the way you do your presentation.
How much of your performing, Mr. Cole, is for you versus for your audience?
I would say for me, because if I don't sound good, my audience can't enjoy what it is that I do. So when I'm on the bandstand, I have them in mind, but I must deliver on what is happening. You know, if I see some lovers over here to the right and I'm playing something that has nothing to do with what they're about, then that's not good. That's not,
Now
you play to the people.
You write, you sing, you perform, you compose, you do it all. But you arrange, but you also have some others in your quartet.
Yeah, I have
Who
a
are these folks?
guitar player Randy Napoleon, great guitarist. And I have a bass player, his name is Elias Bailey, very fine bass player. And at present, I'm using a drummer named Quentin Baxter. And collectively, we put out a nice sound.
Let me ask you, before we are honored to have you perform here at the New Jersey Performing Arts Center in Newark, does the idea of retirement appeal to you?
No. People ask me this all the time. I was with a buddy of mine. I went to visit him a couple of days ago, and he's been down and out. And he says, when are you going to retire? You're doing the traveling, you're doing this. I says, retire and do what? Wait to die.
Say that last part.
Wait to die.
That's what retirement means to you.
Yeah. If I'm retire, what am I going to be able to sit around? I can't do nothing else.
Wait, so music is, you make it sound like music is your life.
That's what it is.
No, it's not. Is it really?
That's what it is.
It's not just a job.
I can't hit the golf ball anymore. And I'll probably hit it as far from here to me to you, hit it out of my shadow.
Freddy Cole is about to prove to us, not that he has anything to prove after 84 years of doing this, how much music is part of his life. He's going to make it part of ours. Easy to remember, hard to?
So hard to forget.
Thank you, Mr. Cole. You honor us by being with us here at the New Jersey Performing Arts Center in Newark. I don't know where your favorite place to perform is, but you're performing here, I believe, for the first time. Am I right?
No.
Oh, see, I'm wrong about that.
I'm performing on this particular stage for the first time.
What did I just... You're very argumentative, too. Did you know that? First time at the New Jersey Performing Arts Center. Thank you for joining us, Mr. Freddy Cole. And by the way, can I plug one more time?
Thank you.
I'm going to plug one more time. The CD is called Singing the Blues, Mr. Freddy Cole. You honor us. We look forward to hearing you right now. Thank you so much, Mr. Cole.
Thank you. Though I must dream to have your hands caress me, your fingers clutch me tight, I'd rather dream have that lonely feeling, stealing through the night. Each little moment is clear before me. And though it brings me regrets, it's easy to remember, but so hard to forget. I must dream to have your hands caress me, your fingers clutch me tight. I'd rather dream than have that lonely feeling, stealing through the night. Each little moment is clear before me. And though it's over and yet it's easy to remember, but so hard to forget.
To see more one-on-one with Steve Adubato programs, visit us online at steveadubato.org. If you would like to express an opinion, email us at info@caucusnj.org. Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/Steve Adubato PhD and follow us on Twitter at Steve Adubato.
We're talking with Eli Manning, who is the quarterback for the Giants, but tonight's a big night. Tackle kids cancer. Talk about why it's so big, Eli.
You know, it's just one of the toughest things for me to see is a child that has to spend a long period of time in a hospital. And when the diagnosis is cancer, and you see what it means for the families that have to go through that. And, you know, no child, no family should have to go through that. And so that's why I wanted to team up with Hackensack UMC, because we've seen their staff, those doctors, and their optimism that they can cure these kids. And you know, these kids are so strong, they're so determined to get well. They're going through the toughest times of their lives, but they do it with a smile on their face, and they're such a great inspiration, and want to do everything I can do to get them back with their friends, with their families, in their school, laughing and doing the things that kids should be doing.
Eli, you did a spot. You have 3 daughters, if I'm not mistaken. What are the ages?
4, 2 years old, and then 9 months old.
If I can put you on the spot and ask you this, there's a spot that a lot of us have seen. There are a lot of really powerful spots. There was a little boy that you wound up visiting in one of these spots in connection with Tackle Kids Cancer that is just so powerful. This little kid, I don't know if he was surprised at seeing you or not, but he just kind of, you blew him away and he blew you away. And you know the kid I'm talking about? The little kid with the blondish hair, and he's in the spot. What was that like for you?
You know, to see, you know, saw a lot of kids when I visited the hospital, but you know, sometimes you don't know when you visit them if you're making a difference or not, and you don't know if
you really don't. You see it in their eyes, right?
You know, sometimes you do. Sometimes you know you see a guy right away. Sometimes you know you may leave but you might check in with the doctor, or somebody will get back to you saying, hey, you know, after you left, I know the kid might be a little shy or a little nervous at the time, but after you left, you know, he lit up for the next week, and he talking to his family about it, his friends, and it really made a difference in his outlook, and that's what makes you keep coming back. And some are obvious, and some are fired up and know who you are. Some may not, or they're a little shy, but you feel like you are making a difference just taking the time to visit them, and obviously now doing it on a bigger scale and trying to raise money, raise funds, get the best care that these kids can get to get them cured, get them back living a normal life.
Finally, do you feel you and your colleagues, your teammates on the Giants have a responsibility to do this?
You know, I think when you're in the spotlight and you play for an organization, and you want to be involved in the community, you want to give back in some way, and that's how I feel. And I think, but you want to find something that you're passionate about. You want to find something that means something to you. You're not just doing something because you feel you have to do something. You're doing something because you want to help these people. It's something that's moved you. It's something that's touched your heart. And when you visit a hospital and you see these kids that are struggling for their lives, but you see how strong they are. You see how they just they get up and they do it. They don't have an option. They just keep fighting. They're fighting for their lives, and you want to help them out any way you can. And I think that's why you get involved. That's why you want to bring some of your teammates and let them see this. Let them see what people are going through, how blessed we are, and what they're going through, and how we can help out these other people that are going through tough times in their lives.
Thank you, Eli.
Thank you.
To see more one-on-one with Steve Adubato programs, visit us online at steveadubato.org. If you would like to express an opinion, email us at info@caucusnj.org. Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/Steve Adubato PhD, and follow us on Twitter at Steve Adubato.
We are honored to be joined by Mr. Richard Willet, head of school at the Newark Boys Chorus School, and also Christian Mansur, an 8th grader, a student at the Newark Boys Chorus School. Good to see both of you.
Thank you.
8th grader, and you were saying right before, you loved singing way back?
When I was very young, at a young age, around the age of 4.
You knew you had a great voice?
Not at the time, but I started to realize it as I grew older. So my mom wanted to bring me here to Newark Boys Chorus School.
Now, here's the deal. Now, his brother went?
He graduated last year.
Is that what happens sometimes?
Yes.
So describe for folks who don't know how great this school is, what it is, and why it matters so much to these young men.
Well, it's a terrific school to get an academic education. If kids do well there, they go on to high school and college, they're very successful.
What are the ages?
They're in grades 4 to grade 8. But the real magic of the school is the singing. They spend almost half their school day in rehearsing and voice lessons and keyboarding and music theory. And they travel. Where
do they travel to?
All over the world. Every 3 years, they go to a different country. They've been to Japan to open Disney World. They've been to China, South Africa, Russia.
Where have you been?
New Zealand.
I actually are into international tours this year. So this year, we're planning to go on to South America.
How great is it going to be for them?
Be terrific. Our goal is really to go to Cuba. It's a very special place for music. We're doing some jazz renditions of songs that were made famous by Newark personalities from the past, and we hope to go to Havana and share them with the people down there.
How long has the school been around?
47 years.
Wow. Why did it start?
It started in the late 60s when the New Jersey Symphony wanted to do Nutcracker and wanted some middle school age voices. And they recruited students from the Newark City schools, and they had the choir for 4 years, and then they decided, because it took so much time away from the school, that they were going to start their own school. And they did, and we've been around ever since.
Now, you sing second alto. For those of us who don't know exactly what that means, explain it.
So second alto is just like the lower your voice is, the more like you're placed in different categories. So first soprano is when like, your voice still hasn't changed yet, and second soprano also. But while you're like, if your voice is changing, you move down. So second soprano is when your voice starts to change, alto, and then alto 2 when your voice is starting to go through that.
So let me ask you this. You have decisions to make about, you have options for high school, right? Have you decided yet?
Well, I'm still searching. I have 6 options.
6?
Yes.
It's great to have options.
Yes.
Do you think you'll keep singing?
Singing, yes.
What makes you so confident that singing will be part of your life?
Well, because it's what I learned here at NBCS, and being here at NBCS is a really big part of my life. So I'm certain that I'll keep singing even after I leave.
What about if people say to you, Christian, wow, that's a lot of hours every day to be singing and practicing and be so disciplined? You say?
I'd say that it's teaching me a lot of things. Like this discipline is teaching me so much while I'm here at NBCS.
What does it do for these kids?
It turns them into very wonderful citizens. It's a very magical school. These kids, when you sing most of your school day and you have to cooperate with everybody else, and it goes on every day for the school year, you become you have to cooperate with other people. And when these boys leave that school, their lives have changed forever. They may not sing for the rest of their lives, but the lessons they learn there outside of the classroom stay with them forever.
And one of the things I imagine they learn is interacting with other kinds of people. So the diversity, we're about to meet the other young men who are in the chorus. How diverse?
Everyone is different there. We have people from students whose parents came from South America, from all through the islands, from Africa, Europe, and they all blend together. They're all different. You'll see that when they come out to perform.
Now, you have to have a good voice to be in the chorus.
I would say no. I would say that when you get there, they test you, so you have to have some aptitude. But during the time that you're there, these young men learn how to sing and sing well.
But how about beyond the technical part of singing? Real quick, we have a minute left before we listen to them. How much of what they learn is about time management and teamwork and the other parts of life that will help them for the rest of their lives?
I think those are the most important things, by far. Because you can't sing in a choir without managing your time when you're away from the choir, because they travel. They'll be traveling to Baltimore and to Georgia and to New England, and they still have to keep up with their studies. And that's not easy when you're on a bus, all day long.
Real quick, before your colleagues come out, do you know what they're going to be singing?
They're singing a song called Give Us Hope.
Give Us Hope. Well, I'll tell you what, because of you and the young men that are about to join you, I know I speak for a lot of people in the public television community that you're the kind of young men that gives us reason to have hope, particularly those of us who are citizens of and connected to the city of Newark and believe in this city. You should be proud of yourself. A lot of people are.
Thank you.
Okay?
Yes.
Stay with us for a terrific performance right after this.
Listen to the sound of my voice. Can you feel the beats of my heart? Listen to the questions I have. Listen to me. It's all very simple to see what we need. Give us hope. My voice is calling. Can you see? Look in my eyes. Can you feel? My hand is reaching. Give us hope, and we'll show you the way. Listen to the sound of my voice calling. Can you feel the beats of my heart sounding? Listen to the questions I have. Listen to me. voice is calling. Can you see? Look in my eyes. Can you feel? My hand is reaching. Give us hope and we'll show you the way. Give us hope. My voice is calling. Can you see? Look in my eyes. Can you feel? My hand is reaching. Give us hope and we'll show you the way. Show you the way. Show you the way. Show you the way.
One-on-One with Steve Adubato at NJ PAC has been a production of the CAUCUS Educational Corporation, celebrating over 25 years of broadcast excellence, and by the New Jersey Performing Arts Center, in cooperation with NJTV and 13 for WNET. Funding for this edition of One-on-One with Steve Adubato at NJ PAC has been provided by TD Bank, Cone Resnick, GIBBONS PC, Barnabas Health, the Fidelco Group, the Northward Center, and by the New Jersey Education Association. Promotional support provided by NJ.com, Small News, Big News, True Jersey, and by NJ Biz, All Business, All New Jersey. Transportation provided by Airbrook Limousine, serving the metropolitan New York, New Jersey area.
When you work at a public school, you're a part of the community. So when Superstorm Sandy hit, the school employees jumped right in to help. The middle school here served as a refuge for people who were forced from their homes. We all pitched in to help. Custodians, cafeteria workers, teacher aides, mechanics, groundskeepers, all pitching in to help out. School employees are part of a team, whether it's to help educate our children or to recover from a terrible tragedy. That's why I'm so proud to be a member of the NJEA.